morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm the Gentleman and welcome to another episode of the Gentleman's Pixel Club. This is Monty Mole and the Temple of the Lost Souls, created by Andrew Johns back in 2017 by Bubblesoft. This is the greatest, and I mean the greatest, Monty Mole game that you have likely never played. Monty Mole was a character on the ZX Spectrum, and he was in, I suppose, a set of games created by Gremlin. It started off with Wanted Monty Mole, and then you had Monty is Innocent, Monty on the Run, quite a few versions of this, and I enjoyed all those games. They were tragically hard, they were really hard in some cases, but never before have I found a game that appealed to me the way this did. This is obviously playing a themed version of Monty Mole against Indiana Jones. And you know, I'm absolutely loving what Andy has done here. Look at the sprites, look at the ghost versions of the moles that we see there, the spiritual versions that Monty is trying to avoid. And the object of this game is to explore a temple and basically collect relics. I'm only playing one playthrough of this game, and you start off with 6 lives. I'm down to 4 at the moment, and the reason I'm only playing one version of this is I don't want to show you too much of this game. I do a fair bit of exploring, I know what I do, I know where I get on this video, but I don't want to ruin the whole experience for you. This is being played on the ZX Spectrum. The brief loading screen at the beginning would have probably given that away along with a picture of a Spectrum, and I'm using the MiSTer FPGA system for this recreation, this experience that you have here. I think this has been created under the Spectrum Games designer. I'm not sure. The collision detection is okay. It might be slightly off on, you know, some of the pixels that you jump. You might think, oh, did I really die there? But it's nothing to worry about. And after a couple of playthroughs, in terms of, you know, goes at this, you soon get used to what you're supposed to be doing. And I'm loving the aesthetics of this. I'm loving, you know, what you're doing here. I'm messing about on this platform, finding the safest way, because I didn't want to drop down on the right hand side and get killed by the ghost. But yeah, this is just a beautiful game to have a look at. Andy has created many games on the ZX Spectrum. To list a few, we've got Foggy's Quest, we've got this, obviously Monty Mole, we've got another called Monty's Honey Run, there's a few Nixie games, Nixie in the Seeds of Doom and Nixie the Glade Sprite, I believe, and a game called Ooze. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing here and you pick this up and you give it a play, and I highly recommend you do, it may be worth checking out Andy's other games. You know, great designer and a wonderful platform game. The music helps make this. Obviously, I don't know what state this is going to be when I upload it, whether there's actually going to be music in the background. I might have a YouTube copyright strike because the automatic check-in for the files might say, that's Indiana Jones we hear in the background, you can't have that. But I believe it's sufficiently different to be okay, but you know, we'll just have to see. If it is a clash, and they do say there's a problem, that's an incredible achievement for a Spectrum to have a tune that is recognisable and activates YouTube copyright, not strikes so much, but claims. And if there's a claim, it could be a case of, well, you know, you're not going to get any money for this video. This channel isn't about money. This video has no videos to make money. I just unfortunately died there. So that means absolutely nothing to me. I don't care if there's maybe an advert on this video or not. I won't get any revenue for it. But if the video can go out in its entirety with the background music, you'll hear what a great musical track this has to this. If this was a licensed game, if this was a themed game back in the day, would I buy this? Absolutely I would. You know, that this captures the spirit of Indiana Jones, wrapping it into the Monty Mole franchise, and you know, it's a brilliant little game. When I was playing this level, I thought, hang on a minute, we've been here already, but it is a slightly different version to what you've seen before. And then I hit this screen. It was like, what do I do? There seems to be a door to the left, the right on the left hand side, a door to the bottom, no idea how to open them up, so I go back the way we came. And it's not a single path through all the levels. You know, when I head back, I don't need to head back to the beginning. There's a path that splits that takes me another way. You know, I don't know how big this game is, but again, it was a case of just playing until I use up all my souls, of which I started with 6, and then stopping the game. You know, I really want you, my viewers, to pick this game up, have a play on it, have a go on it, and just see what absolute delightful fun this is to play. You know, that's a lovely game, and I would have happily paid money for this. Obviously there's a issue being an Indiana Jones type game, and this isn't Indiana Jones, but you know, the spirit is well and truly here. You know, the Monty Mole vibe is also there. It's not just about the spirit and it feels like Indiana Jones. You know, you had crushes in the original game. You know, this time you've got blocks. You had things to collect in the original game. The first one, I believe, you had to collect pieces of coal. Yeah, coal. You know, it's been a long time since I played that, but they flashed very much like the relic you see on the right hand side. And you've got obstacles that you don't see, you may not think is an obstacle. Those vines that are hanging down, but sometimes you can jump into a vine and it won't let you jump through it, you fall effectively down, so you've got to time your jumps perfectly. And when you've got multiple enemies on the screen, it really is a timed exercise, because the collision detection may not be 100% perfect on here in terms of maybe Technician's Head that we've recently played that was absolutely pixel perfect to the exact pixel. So you know, you got to time your jump and have enough space around, but it does not make this a bad game. And if this was created, as I believe, using the Spectrum games designer, then you know, hats off to Andy. He has done something spectacular here. Presently I have 7 relics and I'm looking for the 8th one here. So I'm going to hurry all the way to the right, avoiding the block and the spikes. And I died. So what I was looking to do there, I was thinking of Jet Set Willy in some of the screens that you had there, like the kitchen, east of kitchen, west of kitchen, where you could run all the way through and clear it in one sweep, and you actually died by stopping. So another relic collected, and I am challenged as to what to do here. This looks like a leap of faith jump, of which I died. So how far can I get to the edge before falling? Maybe it is pixel perfect and I fall off and die. So this has been the brilliant, the fantastic Monty Mole and the Temple of the Lost Souls. A short video because I didn't want to spoil too much of the game for you. Brilliant game created by Andy Jones. Give it a go and I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Goodbye.